In this video, I'm breaking down one of the secrets of the top Amazon sellers, because we're going to talk about the new fastest and smoothest way to get your product shipped off to Amazon FBA. And by using something called 2D barcodes, you're going to be able to make your Amazon business run smoother than ever. Because in this video, we're going to get into the nitty gritty on 2D barcodes. We're going to be explaining why it's a great idea for you to add 2D barcodes into your Amazon business, because this is something that I definitely didn't know about for way too long. And I've been massively sleeping on the potential of using 2D barcodes for shipping off to Amazon. But first off, what even is a 2D barcode and how does it help us ship products off to Amazon? So a 2D barcode is basically just a special extra barcode that we can put on top of our FBA box labels when we're shipping off to Amazon. It's typically going to look something like this up here. And if you've never shipped anything at all off to Amazon, I'll of course be explaining that process. But it's important to look at why 2D barcodes are such a game changer for your Amazon business. And in fact, they're such a game changer that Amazon themselves even suggests that third-party sellers should use 2D barcodes as they scale their business, even though Amazon themselves don't even provide you a way to create 2D barcodes. And up until recently, you basically had to literally create your own software to do this, or there's other really expensive solutions on the market. But with my brand new software, Boxem, we've made this cheaper and easier to understand than ever. Because when you're shipping those products off to Amazon, they're going to end up scanning that FBA box label that I just showed you. And basically what a 2D barcode is going to do is it's going to help that Amazon warehouse worker understand much more easily what's actually in that box, because that 2D barcode embeds the box contents information along with a lot of other logistical information about the box, and it just makes it a lot easier for Amazon to understand what's in each box, which leads to some major advantages for your business. For example, a couple things that I've seen in my own Amazon business and talking to other Boxem users is that they're getting faster check-in times and they're losing less inventory, which makes total sense. If we're providing Amazon more information, it makes sense that it would be easier for them to do their job, which obviously makes us a ton more profit when we can be early to the listings. We're not having to worry about filing reimbursement cases all the time. And so for me, our software has definitely had a massive ROI in my own Amazon business, and I'm excited to share this with you. And so let's just jump into a quick step-by-step process of making a shipment the new fastest way using these 2D barcodes, right? But it all starts with making sure that you have 2D barcodes enabled in your Seller Central settings. You can see the link right up here. I'll also leave this down in the comments below so you guys can check it out. And just go in within your own Amazon account and make sure that using 2D barcodes for box content information is enabled. This is typically disabled by default, and so you'll want to go in here and enable this setting by default. But after this point, we don't have to look at Seller Central at all anymore, because I know that making shipments through Seller Central is crazy complicated. So let me show you the new, simpler way to do it. So now that we're within Boxem, I'm going to show you this full shipment creation process using 2D barcodes. But I also want to quickly address, I know a lot of people might be saying oh, I'm not a big seller. I've heard that these 2D barcodes are only for big sellers. That was a big misconception that I had as well. But the benefits of 2D barcodes apply to literally any seller at any level. And so if you're someone who likes to lose less inventory, get nice check-in times, just be more organized in your business, 2D barcodes are a great idea to implement into your business. So let's just go ahead and make a shipment here, and I'll show you how this process works. So I've got a lot of this information filled out here by default. And as you go in and start using Boxem and setting up your account, you'll create your address here. I'm going to be using a fictional address, obviously. We can go ahead and select a few just basic settings about this shipment. In our example, let's make sure we have 2D barcodes selected. I'd also recommend turning on all of these options here. They're just extra bonus features. I have full videos on the channel just walking you through Boxem and such. So if you want a full breakdown on all these little nitty-gritty details here, you can definitely go check that out. But let's go ahead and create a shipment here, and I'll show you basically what we can look out here for. So let's go ahead and just add a random t-shirt type product here. So let's just say we've got this item right here. These are 60 bucks. So we'll probably be buying these for around 25 bucks. Let's say we got 50 of them in each case. So basically we can tell Amazon beforehand that, hey, I have 25 of these in a case. I have 25 in a different case. We can go ahead and populate that in there right there. For my supplier, I've just gone ahead and used a test supplier there basically. And then I'm also just going to go in here and say that we bought these today as our date purchased. And when you're using Boxem, you can have a lot of this information embed into your SKU as well. So you can have your supplier, in our case, the date purchased. All this information is configurable. So for me, I like to know the day I bought it, how much I paid, where I bought it from. It gives me a little bit of information about that actual item as I'm going through the process, as I'm repricing, whatever I want to do later on in the process. So let's just go ahead and add these to our shipment here right now. And you can see we've got these 50 units here. We've got one total SKU. We could keep adding as many products as you have. This search box is super fast. We can search based on stuff that you already have. If you just want to restock products, you can search by UPC, you can search by ASIN, by title, whatever is easiest for you to identify what's going to go into that batch. You can take care of that there. But let's go ahead and continue and submit this to Amazon. They're basically saying, hey, yep, Amazon, I've got 50 of these that I want to ship to you. And in our case, it looks like it wants us to send these to 2 different warehouses. So let's go ahead and confirm that shipment right there. We're going to say, yep, Amazon, that looks good. And so this is where we can start to save a little bit of time with the bulk assign box contents options. So especially if you ever have any really heavy products, and our 2D barcodes are going to embed all of this information for us. So let's say we have really heavy product, we can only 5 of them per box. We want to do 5 total boxes, and that's all 45 pounds. We can go ahead and save that there, and it's going to basically save that. It's going to do all of that all at one button click instead of having to create a box, add 5 more, create a box, add 5 more like you do with other shipping softwares, or especially with Amazon Seller Central. And so once we've got all these products assigned to boxes here, basically, this is where we can go ahead and print out our 2D barcode label. And so in my example, it's gone ahead and auto downloaded that label. If you have a laser printer hooked up to your computer, it's going to automatically print that label, make it super, super fast for you. And on this actual page is where your 2D barcode is embedded. You can see right down here is where it's embedding all of that box content information, all that extra information where we usually get to see those benefits, typically having faster check-in times, all that kind of stuff where we can start making profit on this listing faster than ever before. So we're going to go ahead and print out these FBA box labels. And another thing that's super useful, it's going to tell me that I've already assigned it because I've, you know, go ahead and throw those in the boxes there. As you're assigning those boxes, you can also just press save and print FBA box label. And that's going to print out all 5 of our box labels all at once in this example. And so then that's going to take these labels with your 2D barcodes printed on top of them. You're going to start putting these labels on the outside of the boxes where Amazon's going to scan it and basically start receiving the inventory that you've shipped off to Amazon. And before you start putting these products in the actual boxes, you also want to go ahead and print out your FNSKU labels here. These are basically custom little small barcode labels. You can see they look just like this, where we can print these out. We'll put them over the barcode of the product that we're actually selling. So that way, after Amazon has used our 2D barcode labels to check the product in, all that good stuff, it gets thrown on the shelf. When that product actually sells, they're going to scan that FNSKU label again, and they're going to say, all right, this is Sally's product. Let's make sure Sally gets credit, make sure Sally gets the money for this sale because we're taking it out of her inventory basically, right? So we're just going to repeat that process with as many products as you have in this step. For this example here, I've just got this one little product here that I want to use as an example. We could go ahead and assign all that kind of stuff. And this is another massive benefit to using 2D barcodes, right? I'll leave this completely uncut, is using 2D barcodes makes submitting to Amazon way faster. This is honestly on the slower end for some of the times. There we go. It's perfect right there. A lot of times I don't even get to finish my sentence, but there you can see we loaded it in right there. See all 5 of our items here. If you ever need to reprint your FBA box labels or your FNSKU labels, anything like that, you can take care of that here in this step of the process. We also want to go ahead and accept those shipping charges here. And then now that's actually going to allow us to print out our UPS labels basically. So we'll slap those on the box right next to those FBA box labels that we have. We're going to go take it to the UPS store, let UPS pick this up. And then when it actually arrives at Amazon, those 2D barcodes are going to start kicking in. You're typically going to see faster check-in times, and it's definitely going to help your business just stay a little bit more streamlined because you're not having to re-enter information all the time. You don't have to re-enter your box dimensions and all that kind of stuff anymore. You can just do that all in one place because it all embeds on those 2D barcodes. And another massive benefit to using Boxem over pretty much anything else is that we can do it all within Boxem, right? So we can actually print our labels here. We can print FNSKU, FBA box labels, whatever you got to do, can all be done within Boxem. So there's no more like switching between like Seller Central to make the shipment. Some other tools you have to do that, and some other tools you have to leave the software to go like print the label at the end for some reason. Do it all right here. Do it simpler than ever before. And the listing process itself, you guys saw how streamlined that is now. So if you're ready to start using the new and improved way to ship products off to Amazon and add the benefit of 2D barcodes in on top of it, Boxem is now finally open to the public. We spent about a year building the software, and then we also finished an awesome early access release period where a lot of you guys got to get a sneak peek of the tool. We added a ton of little small features that just makes life easier for you guys. And it's been awesome to implement a lot of the features that we've been able to sit on calls, talk to real Amazon sellers, hear what they want, hear how we can improve against anything else that's already out there available for you. And so I'm super excited that the best Amazon FBA shipment software is finally ready for you. You can go to boxem.com to get a free trial today. But if you do have any questions, comments, anything like that, I'm always super happy to answer those for you. You can drop those down below. Hit subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff if you found value in this video as well. But I really appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you next time.